All right, y'all, today we're talking about accessing the breakthrough of our radiance. In the Gene Keys, radiance is like our life force, our vitality. I'm Molly, you're watching Mirror Readings, and we're talking about the lines today. Lines are how we break through our shadows to access our gifts, and again, our shadows limit our manifestations and our gifts magnetize them. So let's get into it. Our radiance is like our GPS to the world. It tells us what life experiences to go towards and which ones to go away from. It dictates our health, vitality, and our aura. And it warns of potential threats in our energetic environment. So the shadow of our radiance likely represents a very unconscious force that's underlying a lot of our motivations. And one more thing before we get into the lines, 2 signs that your radiance gift is starting to break through. Number 1, you start to naturally slow down in your day-to-day life. Number 2 is you begin to experience a lot more synchronicity. Our radiance gift is what catalyzes good fortune, and we always know we're on the right path when synchronicity and coincidence start to bubble up on the reg. I'm accessing my radiance gift today of initiative with my sweet Taylor Swift classes. Okay, let's get into line 1. So line 1 is a line of solitude. If you have a first line radiance, then you will doubtless need to spend time in physical solitude, which may have an effect on where and how you choose to live. So paradoxically, being in solitude is going to bring line 1s more energy for relationships, but definitely they're going to need more alone time than most of us. Second lines are the line of marriage. This can mean literal marriage, or it can just mean that the radiance gift is primarily accessed through one-on-one relationships. So line 2s, ask yourselves, what do you love doing? Who do you love being with? What do you want to marry your life force with? Because that's what's going to draw out those gifts. And there's a bunch of possible outlets for this, but definitely one-on-one connection is the best way to explore what those outlets might be. All right, line 3 is interaction. The way that second lines need one-on-one connection to be able to access their life force, third lines need a lot of different interaction with like environments, people, ideas. They love to travel. They also predominantly like to live in big cities. So it's not so much about the results of interaction, but in the exchange itself. The third line radiance needs to be in the thrill of life. And because third lines have so many different experiences, they typically end up being helpers of those less fortunate than themselves because they become very compassionate by virtue of having so much experience and so much exposure to different types of people and situations. So the fourth line is friendship, and that represents the path of the humanitarian. In the shadow frequency, radiance with a fourth line of friendship can draw the wrong people towards you. So you just end up in a lot of unhealthy connections. But if you have fourth line radiance and you're in a healthy gift state, then you become this like vortex for all these like mega talented, interesting, loving people who uplift you. So if you have a fourth line radiance, you are potentially a very influential person. And the more pure your aspirations, the more your reach is going to grow. The worst thing that fourth lines can do is cut themselves off from their community. So just remember that if you have a fourth line in your radiance and you find yourself isolating. All right, fifth line, these powerhouses again. All right, so the fifth line is that of impact. And if you have this line in your radiance, you gotta look for how you can have the most benefit at the grandest scale. Like whatever you're doing with your life, you're supposed to bring beneficial change and transformation to others. So of all of the lines in the radiance, fifth line has the higher purpose designed to have a very wide impact on society. So you may feel that others have unrealistic expectations of you. Don't worry about that. That should not stop you from making an effort to have positive impact in the world because you're a born leader. And in the gift frequency, you're gonna seek a practical outlet for that. But in shadow frequency, you're gonna get bogged down by other people's expectations of and desires about you, and it's just gonna bum you out. You're supposed to rise up and claim your role as a natural leader. And finally, line 6, the nurturer. I'm a nurturer, and I'm out here at the cutting edge of human evolution with a dream inside me that I don't exactly know what it is, but I'm following my highest excitement and being patient, and I trust that this dream will reveal itself over the course of my lifetime. So, your radiance, if you have a line 6, contains the necessary energetic elements of magnetism and experience to bring about this fulfillment of your dream, even if you don't know what it is. And it's an impulse at the cutting edge of human evolution that must take the long-term view to continue to nurture the deep intent of being in service to the whole. So if you have a 6 line, look at how service plays out in your life, because the more you serve, the more easily your life force is going to be accessed. And that service can take any form. It could just be like being positive or generous with your time or charitable. Whatever it is, just follow that service and your highest excitement, and the dream will reveal itself. All right, that's it for our Radiance Lines. You're watching Mirror Readings. Thank you so much for being here with me. And if you want to get a reading, please check out my offerings at mirrorreadings.com. Subscribe to this channel to save 15%. And if you have any questions, email me, mirrorreadings@gmail.com. Thanks, y'all.